there YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Auntie A's Kitchen, simple and delicious food cooked and prepared in South Korea. The weather today is grim, it's snowing on and off, but that's okay, we're going to cook a comforting lunch. Today we're going to be preparing homemade leek and potato soup. It's my second favourite soup after tomato soup. We're also going to accompany it with some homemade croutons. And before we go, if you haven't already, could I ask that you hit the like button? If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and that will let you know when I post new episodes. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. Thank you for joining. So without further ado, let's look at the ingredients and get cooking. Okay, one of the reasons I like leek and potato soup is that it's so easy to make. All the measurements for today's ingredients I will link in the description below. So we're going to be using 5 big leeks, 1 large onion, 4 potatoes, some garlic that, as you know, I really like the flavour of this, but we'll do this to taste because we don't want it to be overpowering. Butter, I use the green butter at the back for cooking. A piece of bread, it doesn't matter if you have old bread, because we're going to be toasting that, and in fact that's what I do with all of my old bread. I use them as croutons, and I'll show you a really simple way of making that today, and they store really well in your cupboard so that you don't have to make these every time you make soup. Some salt and pepper to season. I'm going to be using a vegetable stock here, which you can find available both in Home Plus and Emart, some cream and some fresh milk. So those are the ingredients for today's leek and potato soup. Let's get cooking. One of the things I love about leek and potato soup, that all your work is in the preparation. Once you've prepared the vegetables, the cooking is really quick and simple. During the preparation today, I will fast forward where I'm cutting vegetables. Make sure your knives are sharp. That's better. Now today I want my garlic really fine, so I'm going to use this little machine. I've seen that they've actually recently started selling these. I saw some in Home Plus. I put it in my machine and then just once I open it up, and as you can see here, really finely cut garlic and effortless. So next we want to cut up our potatoes, and we want to do them evenly into cubes, about that big. Potatoes, and then the same with my leeks. I recommend that you use a big pan and a lid that you can put on over so that we can help steam the vegetables and the potato while it's cooking. First things first, we're going to put on our hob. I'm going to put in 50 grams, and an easy way is put your butter onto the scales and then take off the butter, and as soon as you see that saying 50, you know that's the right amount. Once my butter is bubbling and melted, I will add in my potatoes and leeks, onions and garlic. I'm going to mix it around as I want everything evenly coated with the butter. Now I'm going to let that cook in a very low heat for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I will stir it every so often. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. So what I will do, as you can see here, I don't want the bottom of my pan to go brown too much, so I'm just moving the potatoes and the leeks, the onion and the garlic around so that they're evenly soaked up in my butter. Okay. Stir again. Make sure we season and salt and pepper. And mix that in. Yes, leave that for 5 minutes. While I am waiting, I'm going to prepare my crouton bread. Lightly drizzle that with Some oil. Both sides. Soak up all the oil. Roast this in the oven for about 10 minutes. So we want about 125 of milk, and the same again with my cream. Let's get that out there. Just before they start changing colour, so this is good. I'm now going to add my vegetable stock. And I'm going to allow that now to simmer for 10 minutes. Set an alarm. Okay. So turn the heat off. You can wait for your soup to cool down, I don't, and then use a hand mixer or a food processor, whatever you have available. Okay, so if you like a kind of a chunky soup, then leave it like this, and you've got bits of potato and bits of leeks, and that's real nice like that. Now what you can do from here, I'm just going to add my milk and cream. That's okay. Pour my soup into here. Put that back into my pan. So it's on a very low heat now, and this is now after it's been blended up. And I would just heat it up with the cream and the milk, and obviously here, taste it and check how the flavour is. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. So I've just got my crouton out of the oven. Let's leave that to cool. My soup is heating up. I like a bit of colour in the soup. So we're going to prepare just a little bit of this red cabbage. So a little bit of red cabbage because colour looks great. Just cut into little bits. So our potato and leek soup, let's get it into our bowl. There we go. You can put anything that you want on top of your soup. I'm going to do just a little bit of cream. So I think there's enough in already. Now it's really good to caramelize some leeks and put that on top. I like colour, so I'm just going to put a bit of red cabbage on top. A few spring onions that I keep in the freezer. Cream, red cabbage, spring onions, and then a few of my homemade croutons. So here we have homemade leek and potato soup and homemade crunchy croutons. You can put any topping that you would like on top of the soup and enjoy. It's just delicious. What I like about leek and potato soup is it fills you up. It's delicious. You have the crunchy texture of the croutons with the milky, soft, creamy flavour of the leeks and potato. So don't take my word for it, cook it yourself. What is your favourite flavour soup? Leave a comment below and let me know what you like eating. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate all your support, and I look forward to seeing you in another episode. God bless. Have a good day.